But when you find out your worst enemy is after your best girl, the time has come to be a superhero.
Well, it's here, guys, 2016, which means it's time for another whole new lineup of movies, games, and the biggest trends. What's up, everyone? I'm Kolton, and this is the Galaxy Pictures Entertainment Podcast. Today in the studio, I'm joined by MrBeef16. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Kolton? Thanks for having me on the show today.
No problem. Today, guys, we'll be discussing, like I said before, what movies we want to see this year, what are expectations of the upcoming games coming out this year, what do we think about what the next big trend's going to be this year, and what's our thoughts about VR. All this is coming at you guys today on the Galaxy Pictures Entertainment Podcast, so let's get started. So, Mr. Beef, 2015 was a great year for movies and games, but now it's 2016 and we got another whole new lineup for movies and games. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the movies we're hoping to see this year. For me personally, I can't wait to see some of the biggest hits that are announced, such as Deadpool, Civil War, Suicide Squad, Star Wars Rogue One, Assassin's Creed, a whole bunch of movies that are coming out this year. So, what are some of your favorites? Creed? Yeah, Assassin's Creed movies coming out this year.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I actually just recently learned about it maybe a month ago or something like that. So yeah, Assassin's Creed movie. So I'm pretty interested to see how that's gonna go.
Sounds good.
Alright, so let's go ahead and start off the list with maybe a movie that's coming out next month, which I'm really excited for. Deadpool. Do you think Deadpool's gonna live up to the hype?
I think it absolutely will, dude. Deadpool, I'm not much of the superhero movie type of guy, but I do want to see Deadpool. Deadpool's definitely one of the more interesting superheroes they never covered in the movies. So it'll be interesting to see this, with the comedy and the action, how they're going to play together with this movie. So I think it's going to be a great movie. I'm definitely going to see it, or at least I hope to eventually, before it comes out of theaters. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah, I plan on seeing it opening day, so I'm really excited about it. Funny, there's actually a cool little story behind this, that came out recently, that, certain mother has started a petition about trying to make a PG-13 version of Deadpool instead of which everyone knows that Deadpool is R-rated, so she started a petition that she wants a PG-13 rating, a PG-13 version of the movie so her son can watch it. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. There's no way Deadpool will ever be in the PG-13 lower rank. Ever.
No, I completely agree with you, Colton. There should never be a PG-13 version of any really R-rated movies, cause the way I look at it is, there'd be like an M-rated game go into a teen-rated game. Like, you can't take things out of a game just because, you can't take things out of a game or movie just because some people are going to have a problem with it. I look at a movie and a game as kind of art, and you can't kind of censor art, or you can't take things out of it because then it ain't complete like it was if you had everything in it. And I don't think it'd be necessary to take something out of Deadpool. Like, if you want your kid to see it that bad, just wait for it to come out on DVD and pick it up for them then. And she should probably watch it first and then decide if it's too much for her kid to see, and wait until the movie comes out, then decides if she wants to let him see it, cause she doesn't have to let him see it in the theater. So, I don't really see a big deal with it being rated R. I'm completely fine with it.
Like, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think the thing she really what she said in the interview was that her son saw the Green Band trailer, so he hasn't seen the Red Band trailer, so he doesn't know why it's R-rated. He just thinks the movie looks really cool. He's like, hey mom, I want to go see this movie. It looks really cool. He hasn't heard Deadpool use the foul language. He hasn't seen he hasn't seen Deadpool blow these guys' head off or anything like that, so he thinks, okay, this looks like a really cool superhero movie. He has no clue. This kid is 8 years old. He has no clue about what Deadpool is actually about.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely doesn't know what he's in for, neither does the mother, it sounds like, so I think she just need to go see it herself and then decide if it's okay for her son to see it, because it's probably not.
The mother knows about Deadpool. She's a movie fan, so she knows all about Deadpool. That's why she started a petition for a PG-13 version of the film, which I think is crazy because if she was a true movie lover, she would never ask the studio to cut a PG-13 version of the film.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on this one, Colton. There's no way they should ever, make a PG-13 version of the movie. Now that would take away too much work too, because you're already working on this movie. You already got it all pretty much ready to go into theaters, and then all of a sudden people are wanting you to change a lot of stuff. You can't do that as a movie producer and filmmaker. You can't do that. You can't go back and change everything that you just worked on just to satisfy a few people. So I'm down for the R-rated Deadpool.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. Let's move on. What other films are you most excited for this year?
The only other movie besides Deadpool that I'm really hyped for would have to be Batman versus Superman. I'm a huge Batman fan, not so much Superman, but I'm just hoping Batman's gonna give him the works in this movie. I'm still not really completely happy with the casting of Ben Affleck as Batman, but from the trailers I've seen, it looks like it could be really good. I do have a problem with the way that they kind of advertise this movie. I feel like in some of the trailers, mainly the last one, I think it was the second trailer, they showed way too much in that trailer I feel like I know what's going to happen in a lot of areas in this movie now.
I think we can talk about it because I think everyone has seen this trailer already because everyone, which we'll talk about later, everyone went to go see Star Wars, I believe. So that trailer was in Star Wars before Star Wars. So I think everyone has seen that trailer. So I think it's safe to talk about it. Yep, Doomsday has been revealed for the film. Even though they haven't said it's Doomsday, it looks like Doomsday, so it's gonna be Doomsday.
Yeah. And they pretty much showed Superman saving Batman from Doomsday, which I didn't like. They shouldn't have showed that. I really wish they wouldn't have shown Wonder Woman, to be honest with you. I wish they would have kept her a secret up until the actual movie came out.
Oh, I knew they were gonna show Wonder Woman because they showed her in the first trailer as well, so that was no surprise for me. But again, I agree. They showed way too much. The only real problem I have with the film in general, I'm hoping they don't do this. Well, actually, I'm guessing this is going to happen. For the most of the movie, we're going to see an awesome versus movie, Batman v Superman, which I want to see. That's what we're paying to see. Yeah, we know they're going to become friends at the end. Who cares? We know they're going to do that.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I want to see the throwdown. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm excited for. The throwdown. That's what I'm most excited for. Now, they have confirmed that the Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman are also going to be in this film.
See, they shouldn't have said that. They should have just let that be a surprise, I think.
Now, why they do that? Because I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but when the film was first announced, it was called Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore. Now it's called Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which means they're trying to shoehorn all these heroes into the film so they can make their first Justice League movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of having all the superheroes in the movie. It's just, I don't like how they went ahead and announced every single one that's going to be in there. Which they may still have a surprise one or two that they haven't told us about yet, but, I just like surprises. I wish they just had trailers that just showed Batman and Superman without Doomsday or Wonder Woman, or I think they don't they have one with Aquaman in it too? Or I know they announced him, but I don't know if he was in the trailer.
Aquaman has not been shown in the trailers yet.
Okay.
But I promise you, I know this is going to happen. Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman, they're not going to be able to beat Doomsday on their own. I can tell you that right now, since they have announced all these other heroes. Who's going to come in to save the day? All the Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman are going to come on in and help them take out Doomsday, which is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heroes on screen at once. So that tells you right there, they're going to try to do the Avengers thing right off the bat, where they get all these heroes on screen at once.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie I still think is going to be a great movie.
Oh yeah, I know it's going to be an awesome movie. I mean, even if the story does end up sucking, which I don't know how it will.
Yeah.
But again, I don't care. I'm there for the throwdown. That's the main thing I think a lot of people are there for. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's move on. Any other films you're excited for?
As far as this year goes, not that I know of. I know that they're supposed to be making an Uncharted movie at some point, but they cannot get the right directors for the movie, so that's been delayed a long time. So, yeah, I think I'm good for movies this year with just those two, Deadpool and...
You're not excited for Suicide Squad?
Oh, well, yeah. Is that supposed to come out this year?
Comes out August, man.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna see that, but I'm not typically hyped for it. I'm still curious on that movie.
And are you at least a little bit hyped for Star Wars Rogue One?
What is Star Wars Rogue One? What, like, I'm not too sure on that one. I don't really know what that's supposed to be about.
I'm glad you asked, man, because apparently a lot of people don't even know about what Rogue One is.
I don't.
Believe it or not, a lot of people actually believe Star Wars Rogue One is the next chapter after Star Wars The Force Awakens. It is not. Star Wars Rogue One is not episode 8. For all you listening, please understand, this is not episode 8.
Yeah.
This is a spin-off movie. This film takes place before the events of A New Hope. And this film is about stealing the Death Star plans.
Oh, okay. And that comes out this year?
It comes out December 16th, I believe. This film is about what we saw in the opening crawl on A New Hope, where it says the Death Star plans have been stolen. They are telling that story. We're getting the story about the Rogue One squadron going into the Death Star and stealing the plans and hijacking it back to where Princess Leia is. It
isn't animated, is it?
Nope, live action, and there's not going to be a single Jedi in it.
Oh man. Well, yeah, I'm hyped for that then.
Which means, yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I knew there wasn't going to be an episode 8 that fast after Force Awakens, so that's probably why I haven't heard about this one.
Episode 8 doesn't come out until May next year.
Oh wow, they already got plans for it?
Oh yeah, I mean, they're working on it now. And also, since there's not going to be any Jedi in this movie, we're going to be concentrating on the actual warheads, such as the Rebels versus the Stormtroopers. That's going to be like the whole movie. It's going to be a war movie.
Okay. Well, I'm up for it then. I like Star Wars. Well, actually, I love Star Wars. I grew up on it, so yeah, I'll definitely go see it. Especially if it ain't animated.
Absolutely.
I went and seen Clone Wars, the movie, the animated one that happened about 10 years ago. I went and seen that one in theaters, and I didn't really care for it too much, mainly because it was a cartoon. But yeah.
Funny you brought up the Clone Wars, because first thing first, they have announced that Darth Vader will be making an appearance in Star Wars Rogue One, which is awesome. I love that. You can't have a Star Wars movie, well, where Darth Vader's alive without having Darth Vader in the movie. So, another cool thing is, bounty hunters are also going to be part of this movie, and I think it's been confirmed that Boba Fett's going to be in the film, and Cad Bane is also going to be in the film.
Oh, wow.
Now, for all you who do not know who Cad Bane was one of the most awesomest bounty hunters from Star Wars The Clone Wars TV series. If you have not seen the TV series, you won't know who he is at all, period. But if you have seen the TV series, yeah, get hyped. Cad Bane is gonna be in Rogue One. I am so excited for that.
You said it comes out in December? Rogue One does?
December 16th.
Okay. Got a new movie on the list.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, get hyped. And sure, yeah, there's a whole lot of other great movies coming out this year, but I think we spend enough time on this topic. So let's make some honorable mentions, maybe as Finding Dory, Star Trek Beyond, other films such as again, like Captain America, Civil War, Doctor Strange. Yeah, so a lot of great movies coming out this year.
Wait, they got a Doctor Strange movie coming out?
Yep, it's coming out in, it's either August or September.
Oh, wow. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, there's not been a trailer yet. I'm guessing there's going to be a teaser for it maybe in maybe May or something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
drop a trailer for it soon enough, I bet. Alright, moving on. Let's go ahead and talk about what's our, most anticipated games for 2016 and what's our expectations of them. For one thing, let's go ahead and start off with Uncharted 4.
Oh man.
The rumored to be the last Uncharted game in the series.
Oh man. I love my Uncharted. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This is gonna be probably my game of the year 2016. I played all the Uncharted. That's probably my favorite game series of all time. It's definitely up there with Crash Bandicoot and the Batman Arkham games. And Uncharted, I don't know, there's just so many factors to making that game great. Of course, the characters are probably the biggest thing for Uncharted. The characters are so good in that game. They feel so relatable, and they all have great chemistry. You can tell the voice actors, at least from the first three, they all connected so well with their characters. And so far I've not been disappointed with any of the Uncharted stories. My only worry for Uncharted 4 would have to be the multiplayer, because Uncharted 2's multiplayer I really liked. 3's not so much. I felt like they casualized it a lot, but after the gameplay I've seen of the Uncharted 4 multiplayer, I have high hopes for it. I think it's going to be one of the best, if not the best Uncharted, to date. So, yeah, I'm definitely hyped for Uncharted 4.
So am I. Again, the campaign is the one I'm really, really excited for, because that campaign looks amazing. So I'm really excited to see Drake's final story. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it. Other games, I think I'm excited to see how they're going to do with the Division and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what other games are coming out this year.
Is The Last Guardian supposed to come out this year?
Dude, they say The Last Guardian is supposed to come out every single year.
Yeah, they do.
So
yeah. You're
I
right.
wouldn't put past them and say, oh, this game's not coming out until next year. Oh, well, guess what, guys? The game's not coming out until 2020. Like, I don't care. And I've just seen the gameplay of The Last Guardian. It looks like a PS3 game to me. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
That game looks way too slow paced for me. I mean, I heard about the hype of The Last Guardian, and that's as I finally saw a little bit of a taste from it. I'm not excited for it anymore. I'm like, yeah, the hype for that game is not for me,
yeah.
Period. I'm off that hype train.
I think people are really hyped for that game simply because of the developers. I can't remember their name, but I know they made Shadow of the Colossus, which is said to be one of the greatest games of all time, at least for the PS2, I think it was. And I never played it, but I heard so many great things about it. If you go back and look at the reviews for it, they were tremendous. And I think ever since that game, they've been working on The Last Guardian, and that's really why it's gotten so much hype. And supposedly it's supposed to be one of the greatest PS4 exclusives if it were to ever come out, because it was originally supposed to be a PS3 exclusive, but it's got pushed back so many times, so far back, that I've done lost all hype for that game. I gotta see something serious for me to get hype for it, to be honest with you.
Oh, I know. When they first showed that first little clip at E3, about, I think it was last year, right? When they showed the clip of The Last Guardian.
The gameplay they showed last year.
Yeah, the gameplay they showed last year. I mean, then when I first saw it, I was like, oh great, The Last Guardian. Let's see how this game's what they're gonna show us with this game. And then it was just so slow paced, and I'm like, it's a puzzle game.
Yeah,
like, oh,
it really is.
It's one of these games.
Mm-hmm.
Not interested. And the slow pace, and that kid got on my nerves real fast. I mean, real fast. I'm like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not listening to this kid talk for about 10 hours. Not doing it.
Yeah, that could be I could find him being very annoying as the story progresses.
But another game that has huge hype that may be a complete flop is The Division. What do you think? Does it flop or it might sell?
Shout out to my homeboy Knights Templar, cause he's a good friend of mine in real life, and he's been playing the Division Alpha, and he sent me some gameplay. And I gotta say, it don't look that bad. It really don't. Now, I will say from the gameplay that he showed me, of course, you're not allowed to show any gameplay on YouTube because of the developers, Ubisoft. they don't let you do that, at least not with the alpha. But the gameplay, it looked really good. It looked like it could, be something. It's an open world. It requires a lot of teamwork in some areas, which I really like. I love multiplayer games that actually require teamwork and coordination. But I will say this from the gameplay that he showed me. Hopefully I'm allowed to say this. The graphics looked completely downgraded. I mean, this game looked washed up horribly. It really didn't look good at all. And hopefully that, when the full game comes out, it looks a lot better than that, because it looked like it. You remember how Watch Dogs was when they were hyping it up? You saw the great graphics.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then when it came out, the graphics didn't look terrible, but it was completely downgraded from what they were showing us.
It looked washed out during the day, but at night it looked amazing. Especially when it's raining.
Yeah. It's like that with the Division 2, or at least from the gameplay that I've seen. But it was a little bit worse than the Watch Dogs case.
Well, again, like you said, it's still in alpha mode, so hopefully it will look better when it's actually been released. And I'm also looking forward to playing the Division beta when that comes out. So we'll see how that turns out. That's when we'll really get our expectations of how the game's gonna turn out when that beta comes out. But until then, it's all speculation right now about the Division. I'm still a little bit iffy about the game, but we'll see how it turns out. What do you think about let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, what is it called?
Horizon Zero Dawn. This is my second most hyped game of 2016. This game looks amazing. I know a lot of people are probably down on Guerrilla Games because of their last game, which was Killzone Shadowfall. I actually thought that was I thought it was a pretty decent game. I thought the story wasn't too good, which is the only thing that really worries me about Horizon Zero Dawn is the storyline. The gameplay that they showed looks absolutely amazing. That was at this past year's E3, if I'm not mistaken. The gameplay looked absolutely amazing. The graphics looked absolutely amazing, and I'm really interested in the storyline. You know, it's kind of it's a futuristic kind of, they took a futuristic take as well as a prehistoric take, and they kind of combined them, and I thought it was awesome. I thought the whole demographic of the whole game was just awesome. The road they're taking, I done forgot the storyline that they already showed. They already talked a little bit about the story, and I done forgot it because it was so long ago, but I'm really hyped for this game, and hopefully it'll be as good as, it'll live up to the expectations.
Agreed.
Hopefully.
I agreed. I am also really hyped up for this game. Well, not hyped up, because I know what that can get you sometimes. So I am like, yeah, let's see where this game goes. I'm very interested to see where this game goes. I really do want to play it though. But in case a lot of you didn't know, Assassin's Creed is not coming out this year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Assassin's Creed game for the first time in how many years is not coming out on a yearly base, which is great.
This is a very good thing if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, because now you might actually get some better games.
A better story, a better open world experience, heck yeah.
And now maybe when they release them, they won't be so broken.
Yeah, like it's already been confirmed that the next Assassin's Creed game will take place in ancient Egypt. Yeah,
that game has just been, I'm so done with Assassin's Creed. Like the only one I played was the first one, so I really don't have much room to talk about this, but there's been so many Assassin's Creed games that I don't even know where to jump into to see a new story or to see a different story. It's just, they just seem to just push these out without even caring, because you saw how Unity came out. That was one of the most broken games in history. It was horrible. No, I didn't play it, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers who were playing it, and you couldn't even see the characters' faces. It was so broken.
Oh, trust me, this game
and I hear it was
buggy. Like I played it on my Xbox One. I can't tell you how many bugs I ran into. Like, oh my gosh. And
I heard some people say that was going down to like 10 frames per second at times. It was just horrible. It was just terrible. It was awful. But since there's not an Assassin's Creed game coming out this year, it has been rumored, a very strong rumor, that Watch Dogs 2 is coming out this year. Ooh, now that would be something I was into. Now, I know a lot of people will clearly hate on Watch Dogs because of the somewhat boring storyline and the very dull characters, But for the most part, I really enjoyed Watch Dogs. I actually thought it was a fun game. And I know I played it with you a few times, Kolton, online.
Oh, that was fun.
I thought, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just loved running around, hacking stuff. It definitely, I definitely can see the comparison with that and GTA, but honestly, I took Watch Dogs as an own game, and I actually enjoyed it for what it was worth. I thought it was a really good
here,
game.
And Ubisoft did confirm that whenever they did make a sequel, that it would have nothing to do with the first game. So, new character, new storyline, new location. So, yeah, they have a chance to redeem themselves now, because we're no longer going to be following, what was his name? Aiden Pierce, I think?
Yeah, Aiden
so
Pierce.
We're no longer following him, so new characters, new story, new location. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm definitely, if there's a Watch Dogs 2 announcement, I'll be all over that. I like Watch Dogs, and I'm definitely excited for a second one, if there is a second one.
Yeah, maybe they can let us explore LA or maybe Miami or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or maybe straight up, maybe Austin, Texas. Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Or Atlanta, Georgia.
No, we'll see. We can go anywhere. And heck, maybe they'll take us somewhere outside the U.S. Maybe Russia or England. Dude, that's sweet.
I would like to see like a Miami one with the beach and all that. I'd like to see how that goes in Watch Dogs.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on. What other games are coming out this year? I think another Star Wars Battlefront is coming out this year, I think.
I doubt they'll make one that fast, since the last one just came out in November. So, and they're still working on that with DLC. I think they got DLC planned for the rest of this year and early 2017. So I doubt we'll see another Battlefront. But if they do show out another Battlefront, it definitely isn't time for one yet. I still got to get my hands on the one that just came out.
Don't do it until they release the game with all the DLC. Because right now, no, they're shoving that DLC down your throat right now. So until that all-in-one package comes out, don't do it. Don't buy into the hype.
Yeah. That's what I've been told.
And let's see, in case any of you still play Destiny, Destiny 2 is coming out this year.
What?
Yeah, Destiny 2 is coming out this fall, so I do have a feeling it's going to be revealed at E3, so, or maybe a little bit before. So we'll see. So, I may or may not get it. I don't know. It depends on what Bungie shows us this year for Destiny. So far, it's just been, oh my gosh, Bungie really showed us what's going on in the fall. But then now it's like, I'm not so sure anymore. I really think the hype is starting to really die down for Destiny. I mean, people still play it. That's good news, but happy for Bungie about that. But again, I haven't played it in about a few months. So, I mean, haven't really played it in a few months. So, we'll see where it goes.
I haven't played Destiny since 2 weeks after its release. So, I've been out of the game for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that tells you where beef is on the game. Alright guys, so that was our hopes and expectations for our most anticipated games of 2016. Be sure to let us know what your most anticipated games of 2016 is down in the comments below.
And movies.
Alright, and movies too, yeah, let us know what your most top anticipated games, and movies are for 2016 in the comments below. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, which ties in, I believe, games and movies, VR. So, the Oculus Rift has just been announced recently for $600. Wow. Yeah. Is anybody out there has $600 they're going to shell out that's working a minimum wage job? I don't think so.
There is no way, even if I had a current job, there is no way I'd pay $600 for a thing that I'm unsure about. Maybe if it was around $200, maybe, but that's more than a whole console for both. That's more than both the PS4 and the Xbox One. That's just too far with the pricing. and especially since you don't know really how it's going to turn out. You could buy it and then it'd have all kinds of bugs. It might not work at all. Could just completely be dead. And the second thing is what great games that we know of are actually available to play on Oculus Rift or with Oculus Rift. I don't really know any, at least no must-play games that are available with Oculus Rift. So I honestly think the pricing is way too high. Only pretty much rich people are going to be able to get this product and actually enjoy it for what it's worth, to be honest with you. They're going to have to do something with this pricing, because that's too much, in my opinion.
You weren't far from the rich thing, because even if you somehow scrammed up enough money to actually get this thing, there's also another problem. Since this thing is pretty much PC only, so you can't use this with your Xbox One or your PlayStation either.
Yeah, that's right.
The show know you have a second problem to run into. If you do not have a very high-end powerful PC, you cannot use this Oculus Rift at all. Period. Because they have some requirements that say, okay, if you do not have a specific requirement, you will not be able to use it.
Yeah, say $600 just isn't worth it.
No. So, that's why I just pretty much like, no, I wasn't gonna go with Oculus in the first place because I didn't care, because I don't game on PC at all really. So, I was really looking, at the PlayStation VR, which everyone says, okay, we know their price is coming down lower because it's for PlayStation only. Oculus did say that they're selling this thing at a loss because how much it took to actually make the thing. And plus it is for PC, and PC does require a whole lot more for gaming. So that's understandable, I think. So for PlayStation, yeah, no excuse. $400 or less. So
Project Morpheus, which is what they're right for the moment calling the PlayStation VR,
they're not calling that anymore.
Well, what are they calling it now? There's PlayStation
VR. Yeah, PlayStation VR.
Well, PlayStation VR, they have to make that cheap, because if this fails, Sony's already in the depth. They have been horrible with their money so far. And if this fails like the PlayStation Move did, they're going to just get worse. And I've been saying this for a long time. They just need to focus on PlayStation 4, because they are making all their money off of that right now. Their TVs aren't working, their phones aren't working, and if this fails too, this is just going to be another failed product by Sony. So they definitely can't make the same mistake that Oculus is making. Even if it's taking a lot of money for them to make this product, they gotta at least stay reasonable with the prices. I'd say around $200 or less. They're
not going to do that. They are not going to do that. No,
I think they're going to have to, though.
$350 to $400. That's what I'm guessing.
I wouldn't pay for that. Cause that's just as much as the whole console itself. I mean, they need to make it cheaper than that. And for me to think it to be a somewhat success, they gotta make it cheap. Especially considering
also,
the problems they could have.
Games as well.
Yeah,
show me the games for this thing as well.
Yeah, cause
right now what you showed off, I'm not interested.
Yeah, at PlayStation Experience, they were supposedly showing off the best games for PlayStation VR. And they had Job Simulator. Who is going to pay $300 or $400 for a PlayStation VR to play Job Simulator? And you don't even get paid for that one. It's just there's no way.
No, I won't do it. But be honest, I'm not looking forward to Oculus Rift or PlayStation VR really. What I am looking forward to is the new Microsoft, what's it called?
I've seen it.
What's it called?
I don't know what it's called, but
HoloLens.
Yeah, that's right. I saw the thing
I'm excited for.
The thing they did with Minecraft at E3, that was amazing. Now that was like I could maybe drop like $200 to $300 for and actually enjoy that.
That's not going to be $200, $300, man. You know that's going to be around $1,000.
Oh God, no, I can't pay $1,000 for that.
The things
even
that
though
they
it looked
can
amazing.
do, you can Skype with people in 3D, just have a different photo over here on a wall. You can have a virtual television on a wall. You can take it with you and play games with that virtual television. Like, dude, no, this thing is gonna be off the wall, and I mean off the wall in price as well. It's gonna be like maybe over $1,000. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it'll probably
this
be
thing
with all
looks
that
amazing. That I would not even be mad if they said, okay, this is going to be 1100 or something like that. I wouldn't be mad because like,
would you
I understand.
pay for that though? Would you pay for that though?
No, I wouldn't pay for that. I mean, I would wait till it comes down way down price, but I would understand why they would charge for that because so much of the technology has gone into that thing. Like, gamers are not just going to be the only ones using this. Engineers are going to be using this. Like, NASA is going to be using this. Like, a whole lot of categories of businesses are going to be using this thing because how much technology is in this thing.
That's right. But, I mean, they gotta make it at least a reasonable price or it's not going to sell. I mean, it'll sell to big corporations and a lot of rich people, but that'll be it. That's not going to sell to, normal people.
Well,
not at that price.
You're forgetting that they really just showed off Minecraft for the thing. And sure, maybe it showed a little bit of Halo 5, what you can do if you're looking at your Warzone ground with it. But anyway, maybe that's like, okay, if you're a high-end gamer who makes a lot of money and you can hash out the money for that kind of thing, then sure, why not? But I really think they're marketing this thing for the businesses as well. They're really marketing this thing for businesses that can really use this technology to help out. Maybe university professors can use it for the students. Like the students can actually see what's inside of a car when they're trying to build a car. Things that can actually help a person with their future.
Yeah.
I don't think they're catering this thing towards gamers at all, period. I think it's just a very, very small percentage that they're actually marketing it towards gamers. Everything else, oh yeah, business all the way. And I completely understand that. And I applaud them for it.
I understand it. I just don't. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, but I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to want to use this stuff. A lot of normal people like us. A lot of real gamers are going to want to use this stuff, but they're not going to be able to afford it. I mean, it's cool and all, and maybe one day you could save up and get it, or get a job and save up there and get it, but I don't think anyone's just going to go out and buy the stuff on the first day. They'll probably wait for a huge price drop. I mean, a huge price drop.
Yeah. And since it is, Microsoft, I'm guessing this thing will also be Xbox One compatible. So I'm just guessing. So I am looking forward to see how HoloLens is going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to be a full VR experience like, PlayStation VR is where you see everything around you. I don't know if, it's just going to be the way HoloLens right now is where you look through glasses and you can do everything you want in 3D world. Again, I don't think this thing is going to be catered toward games at all, really. Yeah,
I agree. Or at least I think so. Of course you can use them for games, but, it probably won't be, at least for the majority of the time.
Yeah, for the majority of the time right now, I'm guessing before I actually get my hands on maybe either a Sony, a PlayStation VR or a HoloLens. For PlayStation VR, I probably won't get my hands on one until maybe 2 years until they drop the price a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't have the money to go shell out for practically a whole new console, which I know that's how much they're going to be charging it for the PlayStation VR, like around $400. I know they're going to do that because of hardware. But for HoloLens, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get my hands on one for maybe 5-7 years because I know that thing's going to be really high.
They're going to have something new by then.
Yeah, they'll have probably model version 4 or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Version 3. But, okay. Enough about VR. I think we discussed enough about VR. Like, any last thoughts about VR?
None. I think I'm good on it.
Alright. So now, here's the fun topic. What is gonna be the next biggest trends of 2016? Like you all remember, last year we got the song Watch Me, which introduced the whip and nay nay. So, what is gonna be the next big trends for this year, man?
It's gonna be another stupid dance, to be honest with you. I mean, right now, if you watch sports, they'll have, you see all the dabbing and that, and it's pretty annoying, but, this is gonna be another stupid dance, probably another song to go with it. So just expect that, and as far as big trends, you really have to watch out for Vine and maybe something on Instagram, because that's where you get a lot of stupid and crazy stuff that happens, and then it just goes super viral, like last year with the D's Nuts guy, which was funny for like the first week, but after that it just went straight into the ground, and people still use it. It's annoying, but I'd say just watch.
I thought people used that phrase way before that video even came out.
They did, but that video just influenced it much more.
Well, I think it's safe to say that we actually had that trend going on for years and years, but then actually someone like, okay, I'm actually going to make a video about it and make it even more popular.
The reason that video got so popular is because he had he really accomplished something when he did that. He had to he just won the lottery or just become president. He got super hyped after he did that to that guy.
Yeah, Vine is really funny.
Yeah.
Really funny. Oh boy. See, new trends. Let's see. Honestly, I can't really think of anything new that hasn't already been created.
Yeah, same here. I mean, you can't really just guess what trends are going to come out, they'll just happen, and then you'll hear a lot of people talking about it. So it's really hard to predict what a big trend will be, besides, the media with movies and games and TV shows and all that. Of course, those will be trending, but as far as just, average people doing something crazy, you never know. Or what kind of song is going to come out, you never know. So, yeah.
I know. I believe some songs that are intentional when they come out each year is meant to be a gag and to go viral.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like, yeah, they meant for that thing to go viral. They didn't mean it to be serious. It was meant to be a gag. Speaking of Vine, there's actually been a lot of people that have been asking the question, will YouTube, go out since Vine is pretty, new and hot right now? And they're like, will Vine take over YouTube? For me personally, I'm like, no way. No how will Vine ever take over YouTube. Cause think about it. Vine is 5-second long videos.
6 seconds.
What you do, 6 seconds. Okay, if it was 5 seconds. Whatever you do with that 6 seconds is up to you. But there is no way that you can do any tutorials in 6 seconds.
Nope.
No way. So, think about it. When you think of tutorial, you think of YouTube. Mm-hmm. When you think of gameplay, you think of YouTube. Yep. When you think of comedy sketches, you think of YouTube. Mostly anything you think about YouTube. Except when you think about 6 second clips, you think about Vine.
I've seen a lot of good sketches that went for 6 seconds. Some dudes on Vines are really talented, like one guy I watched named Dope Island. He's really the only one I watched, but some sketches are really good, some are really bad on Vine, and I think that's really why YouTube will stay the powerhouse. If anything, I see YouTube running out Vine, because lately I just gotten so bored with Vines. They feel like they're all the same now. But, like YouTube, like you said, you can't watch tutorials on Vine. You can't watch really any major gameplays on Vine. You can't watch, longer comedy sketches. I just think that YouTube, if anything, it'll be the exact opposite. It'll be YouTube outrunning Vine. So, yeah. Yeah,
I agree. But hey, here's another quick question, man. Do you know how I watch my Vines?
How do you watch that? Compilations on YouTube? Same here.
Yep. I watch my Vines on YouTube. See, I don't even need the Vine app to watch Vines. I can just go on YouTube every week to see what's new for the Vines and just watch a whole collection of them. And done. And
the Vine compilations on YouTube, they get a lot of views. They get like 8 million views. So, I mean, we're not the only ones who watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, cause come on, download the app and have to go through all these different Viners just to watch what they done.
Yeah.
Nobody's got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't got time for that. Ain't none. Got enough time for that. Alright, I think this podcast has gone along long enough, guys. I hope you stayed long enough to, hear us talk about all these really cool topics or just pretty boring topics, whatever you thought about that. Anyway, guys, I think it's time to say our last goodbye. So, any last words, Mr. Beef?
Check out my YouTube channel and my mixtape. It's fire.
check out his stuff, guys. All of his links will be in the description box below. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. And of course, as always, bring you guys into a world of entertainment. I'm Kolton Still, and he's MrBeef16.
Mr. Beef Gaming and Sports, to be exact.
If you like this podcast, be sure to smack that like button and be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all the good shebang. All my links are in the description below, and all of MrBeef16's links will also be in the description below. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next Galaxy Pictures Entertainment podcast.